Kaya is a student at Auckland University. She's completing a double major in Māori studies and politics and international relations. She's no journalist, but she scored the interview every journo dreams of.
I am from the south side of Chicago. That tells you as much about me as you need to know.
But her one-on-one with Michelle Obama is off limits. It was a private conversation only. Michelle Obama insisted on that.
I asked her about bureaucracy of activism and how to get through to the core of what you're trying to do. She asked me about living in a rural area, living in a small country. She asked me about youth engagement with politics.
So how did it all come about? At 13, Kaya was diagnosed with a very rare form of ovarian cancer. Devastating news. She had a dream of meeting Michelle Obama, and the Make-A-Wish Foundation made it come true.
At the start, it was just going to be like a talk to for like 2 seconds. Yeah. That's all I wanted for my Make-A-Wish, and then they said, we can make that happen for you, and it turned into a 45-minute interview. But just the way she just automatically made me feel like super calm and super like I'm literally just having a conversation. She felt like a mum, like you could tell she's just such a grounded family person. She just like really answered everything perfectly and gave me like kind of the like motivation and like confirmation that what I'm doing is like what I want to do.
And now she's shooting for the stars.
I want to work for the New Zealand Human Rights Commission. I've got a goal of being an Indigenous Rights Commissioner, and hopefully I want to work in the United Nations doing Indigenous work.
Big dreams in the face of enormous adversity.
So I was diagnosed in 2020 with a yolk sac tumour. That means I had ovarian cancer. And they weren't exactly sure what stage it was, but it was roughly around stage 2, stage 3.
As Hurihanganui crosses in first place, Neo coming back.
It was here at the 2020 Whānau Nationals where Kaya was competing. This is when she began to realise something was wrong.
It was a clean sweep. I was on like a high. I just qualified first for Hawaii Worlds. I was going down to the lake to watch my brother and my dad compete, and I started having the most intense stomach ache I've ever had, and they took me to the ER room at Karapiro Lake.
4 months of back and forth to the Starship in Auckland from her hometown in Gisborne came next. Intensive rounds of chemotherapy.
It took a big impact on me personally. During my treatment, I couldn't walk very far. I was in a wheelchair for most of it. I lost a lot of my muscle because I had come just off being a high performance athlete to doing absolutely nothing, no form of exercise. My body took a big shock.
So what are these photos?
So these are just different photos of Kaya. This is the one that I was saying to Jess was literally the day before.
Oh yeah.
If it was challenging for Kaya, and it was, it's been just as tough for her whānau. What was your reaction when you found out?
I was just shocked. Yeah, I mean, it was just so unexpected.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was, of all the things that we thought it could have been, cancer was just not one of them.
Do you think she's quite resilient to be able to go through something like that?
Very resilient, yeah, and she's just got a natural personality for being positive. It's just her default personality, so her positivity, I think, is part of what makes her so resilient.
I think the cancer sometimes also gave her a bit more confidence in herself, because she obviously lost all her hair and then her hair grew back and it didn't look great for her or whatever, but she just carried on regardless of all that, and I think that gave her a bit more resilience and self-confidence in herself as well.
Kaya has been cancer-free for 3 years. She still has regular checks and she's balancing some serious life questions.
So since it was ovarian cancer, I've got fertility, not issues, but my span of being able to have children is different from other young people. So that's something I've just got to be aware of.
Kaya is now an in-demand public speaker. She's also an ambassador for Canteen, the charity supporting rangatahi with cancer. She's part of their Te Ao Māori workforce group.
And with Canteen, the peer support that I got was so impactful because I found a whole group of people who I could relate to, and it was more like an unspoken thing that we all had in common that no one really talked about. Being able to give back to the organisations that help young people is like so amazing, and hopefully if I can make an experience for a young rangatahi and their whānau a little bit better, then it's my big priority.
This group right here in lane 2, Puhi Kaiariki.
And she also hasn't given up on wakaama.
I'm currently paddling for Ngā Tauira Māori. We're training for the Great Wakaama race for Auckland University. It's a real cool space to be in, and I'm physically capable, I'm fully healthy, so being able to push myself in that physical way is really cool.
Kaya's mantra is that from your greatest challenge can come your greatest opportunity, not just for her, but for everyone. And it was that kōrero with Michelle Obama that lit the fuse.
As she said, the thing that you feel most passionately about, you either go shallow on many things or you go deep on that one thing you feel passionate about. And she recommended you associate yourself with the issue and you just do everything you can to do that.